Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien on the morning of Thursday, April 20th, 2023. And today is a special commentary. Today's commentary is on the latest shootings that you've had, not mass, but shootings, I call them. There's no such thing as mass shootings. You would have to get to 100, maybe, then you can call it a mass shooting. But what you've been calling mass shootings, it's more like indiscriminate killing to me, not mass shootings. Okay? Especially the last couple of days, about 2 weeks so far anyway, with the case in Kansas City where the poor boy, he's lucky he's alive, who went into the wrong house and rang the doorbell and got a shots for his troubles. And the cheerleaders who got in the wrong car, oh boy, damn. It's a case of us and them. And I can sympathize with a cheerleader because I have done that myself. 35 years ago, I worked in Marietta, Georgia for Uncle Sam in Atlanta. So I would take the train from Atlanta to Marietta, where my wife would pick me up at this mall, Cumberland Mall, they called it in Marietta. Well, it was Atlanta's the address anyway, where the bus would drop me off from the train station of the MARTA. And sometimes she would park the car there and go and shop at the mall. She was a shopaholic. I love my wife, boy. She could tell you anything you wanted to know of any of the store and any mall you could go to. Betty was Betty. Oh boy, yeah. But this time she was gone, and we had a Honda CRV, and this is when they first came out. Remember the funny-looking Honda CRVs back in the early 2000s? Yeah. Well, it was a hot red Honda CRV. And there was one, I just saw the one, okay? I didn't look closely. I should have checked the license plate, should have done everything. But I saw it, oh, there she is, and I knew that she was probably not there over at the thing, so I was going to get my key to get in the car. I opened the door, and it was open, so I got myself in the driver's side. And I'm sitting there waiting about 5 minutes in there, and I'm looking around and wait. This is not the something's up here. Where is her stuff? This is something different here. And then, oh, it's a stick shift. Oh, no. This is not the right thing here. And that's the first time I've seen a CRV stick shift. Because my wife couldn't drive stick. So I got out of the car, locked it for them because they had left it open. Okay. And said, oh, what's going on here? So I went back in the parking lot, looked at the license plate. Oh, boy. Yeah, it was they had an Arizona license plate. And here we are in Georgia, and I looked to the left and I looked to the right, and 4 rows down, yep, there's another CRV. Went over there, checked the license plate. That is mine. Used my key, opened the door, got in, and whew. Yeah. And that was the second time that that's happened. My wife did that about 8 years before that. She was in the parking lot and she drove a car home. And I was out there getting ready to get her packages out and help her. And I said, sweetie, once we get these packages there, I'll go back with you because we have to take this car back to that where you got it and park it in the same spot. She says, why? I said, because this isn't our car. So we went there, parked it in the same thing, locked it up, didn't leave a note because, in those days and even today, you try to leave a note for there, you either get shot or you get arrested for something that you did wrong when you're trying to make it right. This is the problem with your system, Americans. So we did that, and her car was parked a row behind it. And we found it, and she says, "What are you doing?" I says, "I took my keys out." I said, "Okay, I got it," because, you press the key and beep, beep. And I said, "That's the way you know your car." And she says, "Well, I don't do that. I just go in there and put my key in." I said, "That's why. You just got a car." And some cars, like Fords, I don't know if they do it now, but in those days, you had Fords that were made for the East and Midwest, the Southwest, the Northwest, and the Southeast. Okay, all four keys. And the odds of finding a car, sometimes, people would drive from one area to another. Then that car came in from the Southwest to the Southeast. So they had bought the car with the same key as our car. I don't know if car makers do that today, but back in those days they did that. Yeah, that was fun. And this is what I'm saying about us and them, Americans. The shooting of Mr. Yarrow and the cheerleader. And then you had CNN being terrible by interviewing a grandson. Two grandsons. One that had Mr. Yarrow or Mr. What's his name? The guy that shot, his view of it. Another one that had the opposing view. "Oh, I'm sorry for the Yarrows." For one thing, and I know it's easy to mess up the things, but when you're picking up somebody, and this is what I used to do when I used to pick up people. What's in front of the house? What does the front door look like? Okay? That way I know that the address that I have is the right address. You don't do that. You just give them an address and, "Okay, I'm over there and I'll check the map system and I'm going to see it." Mr. Yarrow made that mistake. He went to an area he didn't know. He forgot to ask to his friends, "What does the house look like? Is there any defining features of it in the front?" And that's what you got to do. So when you get into somebody's driveway, you see that, hey, it doesn't correspond to what they told me. Instead of getting out of the car and ringing the doorbell, first you look at the house. And if they shoot you, like they do those guys that come into the driveway, and they shoot you right off the bat, like the guy on the porch, now he's at fault. Because he didn't give him time to either get out of the car, ask him questions, or put it in reverse and back out. It's us versus them. And you guys got a lot of that. And there's a lot of us and there's a lot of them. In some cases, it's Republicans, Democrats. Others is Latins and African Americans who don't like each other. And yeah, I can say that because I'm Latin. When I was growing up, you looked at an African American and you would say, especially here, "Oh, those guys are trouble." And 9 times out of 10 they were. And you can look at us and say that we were trouble too. Because 9 times out of 10 we were. See what I mean? This is what I'm saying, Americans. Until you get your stupid head out of your rear ends and get rid of this us versus them mentality, you're doomed to get killed. This is your favorite alien. Good day.